I think you need 3 knots or 3 pull downs with the first 3 10 diamond mesh rows. I think that gives the channel the length and also the width that it needs to guide the ball without choking it. So we're going to do one more knot. We're going to go from the outside of the hole to the inside. We're going to go up, through. Notice how I'm always holding the string with the thumb. I'm holding string with 2 fingers. I'm holding the head with 2 fingers. This is not, it's like when you shoot a lacrosse ball, this isn't the best grip to have on the stick. You need to have some wrist action. You should kind of hold the lacrosse stick like you hold a pencil. You know, you should be able to move it. Same thing here, right? You should have a bunch of fingers in a bunch of different spots, kind of holding everything tight. So I'm going to pull this tight just to make sure no loose string gets trapped in there. And then I'm going to finish the knot. Again, make sure it looks right first before you tighten it. So we're going to string a low pocket here. The best pockets have between 10 and 11 of these 10 diamond mesh rows in the sidewall pattern. So right now we'll say 10 just for easy math. We've used 1, 2, 3. It means we have 7 more. What I count is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more holes. So we need to figure out where to place these 7 diamonds across these 8 holes. That's when you get into the kind of pocket you want to string. So I think pretty much every pocket, with few exceptions, the top 3 knots and the top string, so everything from here up on a pocket, I think every single pocket you string, every single like men's lacrosse mesh pocket, of course, could be exactly the same up until this point. And then I think it's going to matter how long the player's been playing, what position they play, where the ball should sit based on what they're doing on the field, what their style of play is, whether it's on a long pole or short pole or face-off head or LSM's head, or, you know, like that's when those things matter. We're going to string a low pocket because this is an attack head. It's a surgeon, and it's made for a low or mid-low pocket. So what I want to do is I want to shift all these diamonds down here, and because I want the ball to sit down here, I want most of these diamonds to be like bunched together right here, in this lower third of the head. So we're going to start with just some 1s. So I'm going to string a 1 here. I'm going to go through the back of the mesh, and I'm going to leave everything loose to start. Let's say we're going to skip a hole. This will be the last hole that we skip. So I'll do a 1, and I'm just going to interlock. All right. So you see how this diamond is still floating up toward the top of the head? That's fine. But we're finishing the channel, and so we're going to pull this mesh down. So now when we pull this string through this diamond, it's going to pull it down. And that's going to be, you see if I pull that string down there, this is our channel right here. See how it's tight right here, and then it gets looser here in the middle? This is our channel. We don't want to make the channel too tight because then it'll choke the ball and it won't come out smoothly. But we don't want the channel to be too wide where, you know, now the ball is like coming up through the pocket without anything guiding it. You know, it's just going to kind of rattle out. So this might take some practice. We're going to do a 1, but we're not going to skip a hole. We're just going to go straight through to that next hole, and we're going to pull tight. This is still not super tight, so like I can still move this around. You know, I might go back and change that and actually skip that hole. It just depends on how it turns out. So now I'm just going to do 1s all the way down. So I'm going to go down here, and then I'm going to go through like this. So you see right now the pocket looks a little bit high, but we've still only used 5 mesh diamonds, and we're, you know, just at the 2/3 mark down the head. So 5 more mesh diamonds are going to fit in this small area of the sidewall right here. So that's what's going to give the pocket its shape. So we're just going to keep on stringing our ones. We're going to keep on stringing our ones all the way down. We're going to go down. And then here. Then we're going to go down. You see how now, right, the ball isn't going to comfortably sit here. It's going to be, more of the depth is going to be here, so that's where the ball is going to sit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've used 10 diamonds so far, and that pocket is probably going to sit down here. For the sake of this video, just to have a more defined pocket shape, we're going to do 11. And so you can end your sidewalls like this. I'll finish with an interlock. I'm going to poke it out, kind of pull this side, and get that definition for a low pocket. And now that I've interlocked, I'm going to go right out through that same hole. So we're going to get something that looks like that. And then we're just going to tie a knot. So here we go so far. We got our top string done. We got our sidewall pattern. So this would, if I were dictating this pattern to someone, I would say 9 diamond top string, because it's the top string through the 9 diamond mesh row, tied to the first sidewall hole. And then I would say skip, or 0, because we're skipping this hole, and then knot. Or in a sidewall pattern that's written for simplicity, this would just be a K, and then a 0 or skip, and then a K again, and then a K or a knot right after that without a skip or without a 0, and then it would be 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, and then 1 into the tie off. This is called a 1 because you're floating 1 diamond on a section of string that is between 2 interlocks on 2 different sidewall holes. As opposed to a 2, which would be if 2 diamonds were right here, or a 3, which would be 3, or a 0, which, you know, is 0. There's no diamonds touching this hole. So this is 0. And this is a 1, and then if there were 2 diamonds here, it'd be a 2. So this would be 3 knots and skipping holes in the first 2, and then we have 8 1s in a row. Whenever you use 11 10 diamond rows in the sidewall pattern, you have to use this last 10 diamond row for the bottom string. If you go any lower than that, it'll be too deep. It'll be illegally deep. So I'll do the other side, and then we'll talk about some details while we're doing the other side.